Again, the book is The 7 Decisions. And I think by now you realize that your life has been built on all the decisions that you have made. You just have to turn it down from there. Yes. You should realize by now, as you read the book, is that every decision that you make counts, becomes a building block for the life that you are building. And there is nobody outside of you that causes you to make a decision. Every decision that you make, you are the one that is standing and making that decision. So blaming others is not going to help. I guess when we take responsibility for our lives, it means we take responsibility for every decision that we make. So whether you are in a relationship or a relationship, wherever you are there because you have made a decision to be there. The beautiful thing about it is that you can make another decision at any time and move. So whatever you do in a situation is a decision that you make. If you stay, you've made a decision. If you move, you have made a decision. And the consequences or the results of these decisions weigh heavily on our lives, either as success or continuous failure. The choice is yours. So today is very important because I think this decision deals with certainty. Making a decision and standing boldly with it without wavering. Now, most of us have a problem with ourselves, the way we have defined ourselves. It began when we were little children. The people around us fed us with information which are really opinions they have of us. And we have accepted those opinions and we have built a persona or image of ourselves based on those opinions. But the good news is, when you were created in the image, likeness of the divine that we call God. If God is perfect, whole, complete, it means that we were created in an atmosphere of perfection, completeness, and wholeness. Therefore, if we do not think of ourselves in that manner, we will have a problem. I say we will have a problem because we will continue to rely on what people think of us to determine what we say and what we do, and how we do what we say and what we do. We continuously believe other descriptions of ourselves. We name ourselves inappropriately, and as a result, we experience life from a standpoint that is not true. I don't care who you are, what you look like. You are a child or an expression of the divine. Period. End the story. And the quicker you begin to motivate all your decisions from that place, not out of fear caused by separation, God and I, but be realizing that the Father and I are one. That God flows through me. God expresses itself through me at all times. It's my thinking about me and my thinking about God that destroys the interrelating attitude that is there between God and I. God is working through me constantly. But if I don't know that or believe that and do not accept that, then I can't use it. So therefore, I rely on those patterns of thoughts and beliefs that I have about myself that are not true. Any questions? Any comments? All of us have been conditioned. We have gone through all sorts of expressions and experiences. But when we come to that moment of knowing, something happens for us to wake up and come to know who we are. And when we accept who we really are, we could make decisions from that point and leave all the naysayers and all the condemners behind us. Because you're no longer living out of a story told by somebody else. You are living your story out of your own reconditioned mind about yourself. We okay? You get it? You're so serious. I don't operate when you're not laughing. Because I like to hear you laugh at yourself. So you got to laugh with me this morning. The first principle that we teach is that there's a presence and power called God. No human being knows what God is. So anyone telling you what God is, that's an opinion. Because wherever you are on the planet Earth, you will experience and express God differently based on your surroundings and your experiences. But we do know that there is more than us, that there's a presence and a power that sustains everything that is the universe. The planets, the stars are held in place. Everything is happening in the universe. There is a power and a presence there through which everything exists and everything happens. But the wonderful thing about this is that we don't live outside of God. We live in God, move in God, and have our experiences in God. Everything we are doing is happening in God. I don't care who you are and what you are doing. Life itself has empowered you to do the things that you are doing. Without life, another word for life is God. Without God, you can do nothing. I want you to get it. How you do what you do is based on your understanding about yourself, your understanding about God. And wherever you are, wherever you have come from, you will make up your mind who you are and what God is. But whatever you think about yourself and God, that's not you. That's not God. God is more than that. God is infinite. No man, no human being can think about God and be sure that what they think about God is God. Whew. Sweating already, man. It's too much heat here. Okay? The second principle is that each one of us, every living thing, is pressed out of God. If God is spirit, another word for spirit is energy. If God is energy, all of us are creatures of energy. Everything that lives and moves and has its being is a creature of energy. And I am a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being, endowed with all the qualities of energy or spirit. This is something that you have to come to realize and hold that as your truth. Don't leave here without that. Get it this morning. That every quality that is in God, that is in life, is already within you, not waiting to come, waiting for you to use it as you discover it going forward. Okay? The third principle that we teach is that we are thinking beings. We think. We use our minds to create images in our minds, which are thoughts. And from these thoughts, we live, we make decisions, and we do the things that we have to do. Therefore, thinking has power, because whatever you think about, you will bring about. Whatever you think about, you will come to believe as true. Whatever you think about will motivate what you will do. That is how important your thinking is. Not somebody else's thinking, your thinking. You think the thought that makes the things and makes the experiences in your life. I cannot think for you. Therefore, the experiences that you're having in your life came about through your thinking, not through my suggestions, but by your thinking. We got that? And the fourth principle is practicing the principle, or practicing the presence of God, is wherever I am, I must come to know that all of God is with me right here, right now. I can create, I can change, I can move, I can live, I can be right here, right now. It is not dependent on anybody else, but by the Spirit of God in me. So I keep my mind close to that belief that wherever I am, God is, and I try to practice that daily in my life. And the fifth principle is the law of demonstration. Whatever seed thoughts I plant will grow the same way as I think them. Thoughts produce after their kind. Whatever I sow, I reap. Take a look at your life right now. And take a look at some of the thoughts that you have planted in your life. Hello now. And when you look back, you will say that was a bad thought. But no, it was not a bad thought. It was the only thought that you could have done or think about at that time. That's where your mind was. Now you see things differently. You can think a different thought. I remember when I was a little boy, in the neighborhood, we had a lot of wild tropical plants will grow. And I and some others in the neighborhood would go pick them up and plant them in our gardens, and the mothers would be mad. These are weeds. But beauty is beauty. They had nice looking flowers. And then as you grow, you realize everything has a particular place. Weeds belong where weeds are supposed to be. And then I came to North America, and some of the things that were weeds, they're selling in the flower shop. And I say, wow, there are no weeds on the planet. It's what you think about something, it will manifest according to you. What one person condemns, one person celebrates. This is what life is. So therefore, condemn nothing. If you don't like it, set it aside or set yourself apart from it. The stone that the builder rejects becomes the chief in the cornerstone. These are little things that you pick up in life, having been like a tumbleweed. tumbling all over the place looking for whatever you're not looking for and can't find it. And then one day you sit down and you say, I ain't moving anymore until I understand who and what I am. When you understand who and what you are, you don't have to move or listen to anybody else to tell you that. When you know that you know that you know, you can then start to make decisions based on your knowing, which is wisdom. Some people, before they make decisions, they have to test it. Run it by a friend. And we know we're not going to use what the friend tell us. We're going by somebody else. And before we could move, we have spent 6 months. 6 months. Going, flitting from post to post, looking for answers. The answers come when you make the decision and you move on it. Suddenly, the whole universe opens up and you get all the stuff that you want. Start writing a play. The play is only a concept in your head. But as you write, the words just start to flow. Don't start writing. No words will flow. When you make a decision, you get up and move because the passion in you is what will drive you to the end. You can't wait on somebody else's passion to come and light your flame. You got to light your own fire, baby. You know, some of us have been waiting like the man at the pool for 38 years. He made a decision to get healed. He made a decision to go by the pool. But he's making a decision to wait on somebody to come and lift him in the pool. Get into the pool, anyhow. Get in the pool yourself. When you make a decision, you got to do it. And in doing it, you will energize the people around you who are moving in that same vein to help you, because you can't help someone unless you help yourself. Anybody helping you? They need that help from you just as you are helping them. So, movement is the key. If you are not moving, you are dead. And it doesn't matter how pretty you look, you are pretty dead. Before we move, know where we're moving to. If you don't know where you're going, you are already supposed to be where you're supposed to be. Don't move. In every heart, there's a dream. A dream is a vision that I alone can see for me. And I alone can achieve it because I alone have that dream. A dream is an intent that I have created in my mind that says, if this happens, I will be the happiest man on the planet Earth. That's a dream. It does not have the pieces in it. And as God said to Abraham, go to a place that I will show you. You don't know where you are going, so don't plan. Monday, I'm going to do the laundry. Tuesday, I'll cook for the rest of the week. That's your day. That's a weekly food and house plan. Your life is not a house plan. Your life is God being transformed into a physical state to roam this earth and achieve all that can be achieved. That's your life. You can't plan your life. You do not know what tomorrow will bring, but what you know, you will be guided from the Spirit by the Spirit of God in you to go to that dream place that you alone can see. And once you are willing to go, you must make it before you die. You want to bet? After you die, when you come back, you'll collect. What I am saying is that some of us spend so much time on paper planning the next move. There are a lot of friends that I have who ask me from day to day, we have, when are you going to? You know what they're talking about? Retirement. They've been planning that since we started to work at 20. That once they reach 60, 65, that's it. Okay. And they have arrived. And a lot of them have found themselves in the doctor's offices almost twice a week. So the life that they were planning to enjoy when they retire is the money that they saved is being caught up in the expenses to maintain their body. No. But Evan, what Evan did is Evan lived. Evan lived. I live every day. And I used to sing a song, I who have nothing is true. Ownership of things was never my forte. It was living and serving and giving what I have to myself and those around me. Anything that I can do to help another person, that was my passion, and it still is. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but just being with you here this morning, I feel so happy. I feel so good, and I feel lighthearted that I just want to give all that I could give, because this is the only moment that I know. I'm not going to plan for next 10 days what's going to happen. I don't know. No, live your dream and let that spirit inside of you carry you towards your dream, and stop looking back at what your parents did and what you got to correct in life before you can move forward. No, move forward now. Don't spend time in yesterday. Spend time right now and have a future or a dream that you are moving for. Don't start complaining about how life was hard. And life was hard for everybody. Just to live is hard. Just to move is hard. Everybody experiences pain in all kinds of movement. We must be confident when we make our decisions. I know that this is the one, and I'm going to follow it all the way. And because you didn't map out a journey, you know in life what happens with spirit. You say, I'm going left. And as you went left, spirit says it's time to make a detour, adjust a bit. And you adjust. The book says you need to get rid of a lot of the boats that are swimming in your mind. Boats of disbelief, of negative thoughts about yourself and beliefs. You got to burn those boats. You can't continuously reach the point of achievement only to have a negative thought destroy all these years. This is what happens to us sometimes. Sometimes we're on the verge of success, and something from the past prevents us from reaching and touching it. What they said about us. I don't know. Who my parents are. What my mother did to me. And the moment you could sit down and start to think about that, all the energy to move forward goes where? Goes back. So you're burning the bridges of success that have brought you to where you've come. You're strong. Adversity builds strength. I thank God for all the trouble I have seen in my life. Because why? It increased my desire to go forth and experience this wonderful image that I had built in my mind since I was a child. We must commit ourselves to the process to overcome all these seeming things that appear in our life. Commit yourself to live a full life, regardless of the stumbling blocks that appear in front of you. When you see stumbling blocks, see them as opportunities for you to stop, think, and move. No. Stop. Think again. Get a chart to show you how you can overcome and go past it. Don't live out of fear. Don't be anxious in anything. All right. The path to success is littered with adversity, but we have the ability to adjust as we use the powers that life has in us. Isn't that wonderful? You have faith. You could look beyond the mountain and see fertile land that you could go plant. This is in your mind now. You have faith. You have love. The ability to draw the right people and conditions to you. Hello now. You have wisdom, organized knowledge that you have taken and carefully set aside and examined so that when you're ready to move, you're not moving on a whim. You have strength, the power to stand firm in the midst of all adversity and says, this is my life. I am going to live it on my own terms, and I don't give a hoot what you say about me. To stand firm. Hello now. You have power, the ability to make choices on your own and not have to make an excuse. You know, sometimes we make decisions and we attach a little excuse to appease the other people because who we are emotionally attached to. Well, I didn't want to do it, but I did it because. No, you did it. End of story. You don't have to make an excuse or give an account why. It's none of their business. When you learn that it's your life, that at night when you lay down and you are going through your life story, you are the one that has the moaning and the groaning going on inside. And the person next to you sleeping, laughing, and having fantastic dreams. And you have some nightmares going on. You're the only person in your life. Stop making excuses for living the way you're living. Make decisions and follow them through. Stop giving people power in your life. They can't help you anyway. Stop believing the advertisement that you see about yourself coming from others. Make your own advertisement and live by that. You tell your own story in your own terms. Criticism, condemnation, and complaints come on the wind. They will blow away. Don't keep them inside of you. They'll hurt you. They're not true. Nobody knows who you are. You are still trying to figure out who you are. So when you believe what people think you are, you have a problem. Get rid of that and start to live your own life and make the decisions that you have to make for you. Examine your mind constantly to see what beliefs you have about yourself that are keeping you down. Hello. You should not be where you are today. You could be higher. Examine why. It takes you 6 months to do something. No. Let's talk. We're talking. Why does it take me this long to do something? Why do I worry what other people think about me? Why? Anybody? We could answer, Come on. Most people know who you are in here. They're not going to come and ask who is that. They know you. We have to begin right now to change who we think we are, so that when we make decisions, we could stand firmly on them. Whether there's criticism, whether there's condemnation, or whether everybody who knows is trying to advise you to do something differently, but yet still they will not take on the task. You ever had people in your life like that? They don't want to lead, but they're going to tell you what you should do in leadership. Well, in 30 years, I must be had about 50 of them. And the beautiful thing is when they come, they look at my face and they leave. Because they know I am not going to follow them. I follow what's inside of me. If I am wrong by myself. I am not wrong by committee. Therefore, I will not let a committee decide for me what I will do with my life. I'm talking about my personal life here, you know. I'm not talking about your life. You could do whatever you want. You could let the other people who have impressed their will on you to continue to impress their will on you. Or you could make a decision that when you decide, you are deciding on your own terms without the influences of the world outside of you. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it. Don't go and get no 57-inch TV to put in your little apartment that is 20 by 20. It's not going to fit. But everybody has it. So you got to move now to get a place to put this TV in. Hello now. There was a time when it was 10 by 10. And everybody said, my God, look at nice TV. It went 12 by 12. Oh my God, look at nice TV. It does not matter how big. People will find it the same thing, a nice TV. So why not make your choices based on what you think you have need of to satisfy you? Not being determined to make a decision from somebody else's point of view. That's the point I am making. But if you want your TV, go buy it. You know, build in your mind the passion to succeed. Anything that you do it with full passion. Go for it with gusto. Give all of it to yourself and yourself to it. Don't do anything half-hearted. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not in it, you're not in it. Don't be lukewarm. Well, I'm neither here nor there. I'm waiting to see what the other people will do before I get on board. No. Get on board for yourself. If you are the only person, you're the only person, but you have always been the only person. Don't drop out of your own decision. When you make it, live it, experience it. If you don't like it, change it. That's how easy it is. Anything that you are doing now that is not beneficial, you can change it. Hello now. Well, what would the other people say? You know, you stay in it, and they're looking and saying how foolish you are to be staying in it. They're going to talk. It doesn't matter what you do. People will have an opinion. It's like the gentleman who had a donkey, a bag, heavy bag of grain, and a little boy. So he puts the little boy on the donkey, and he's gone. Comes to the first village. How come you so stupid? You're an old man, have this little strong boy on the donkey, and look at you. You should be on the donkey. Puts the boy on the ground. He climbs on the top of the donkey and he is going. Next village. What kind of man are you? The donkey is a beast of burden. Put the sack on the donkey and then you can walk behind. So he does that. Put the sack on the donkey. The next town, animal rights people. So he ended up putting the sack on the boy, on his back, putting the boy on his back, and pulling the donkey. What I'm saying to you, when you make a decision, make the decision and go forth, knowing that's your decision. And you don't have to compromise just because people are going to criticize and condemn. Jesus said, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Blessed are those who are reviled and condemned by others. Yours is the kingdom of heaven. Satisfaction comes to you when you plan it alone, do it alone, and reach the goal alone. It's in your head that you experience the satisfaction, not as other people's stuff. It is your stuff. You know when you have succeeded, when you have reached a point where you could say, yes, yes, put your leg up, take a beer from the fridge, drink all of it. This is your moment. Success means you have arrived at the point where you could enjoy it. If you can't enjoy it, don't do it. If you're going to struggle for the rest of your life, don't do it. Make decisions that have conclusions that you could enjoy your life. This is what life is. Life is not to be in constant struggle. You know, there comes a time when you succeed at something and spend a moment and just rest and say, thank you, God, to get up and go again. And it doesn't matter if people tell you, oh, that's just a small success. Every success is a big success because you have made a decision, you have done the work, and you have come to a conclusion. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad because these are the rewards of those people who make decisions, stick to them, and keep moving. God bless. No, I have a cold.
All the way, going all the way.
All the way, going all the way.
All the way, I'm going all the way. me that you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Come on, let me hear you say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Come on, let me hear you say you'll take me where.
I'll take you there.
I don't believe you. Tell me you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Let's go to the top. I know a place where ain't nobody crying now. Where ain't nobody worried. 'Cause all I see are smiling faces. Let me hear you say,
Lying to the races.
tell me that you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Come on, let me hear you say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Just the ladies say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
All right now, fellas, say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Fellas, again, let's say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Sing quiet, say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Let's whisper it. Let me hear you say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
Richard, your turn to say you'll take me there.
I'll take you there.
I